Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over section 12.1 on our series on unit conversions. We're going to be looking at how to carry out conversions between customary units of length. So an example of the type of problems we're going to be covering in this presentation is given here. You have to convert 60 inches to feet, and in each example, you'll be given a table of conversion involving your customary units of length. Alright, don't forget there are practice problems at the end of this presentation for you to try out in order to demonstrate mastery of the contents of this presentation. And to gain access to a wide variety of resources to help you with your course, just go ahead and scan this QR code or take a look at the links in the description below. Alright, so instructions for the examples we're going to be working on are as follows. You're to carry out the given conversions. So for question number 1, we're to convert 60 inches to feet. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Our solutions are as follows. So what we're doing is going from inches, we're converting inches to feet. Okay, because we're given 60 inches, we have to find how many feet that is. Alright, so what we're going to do, since we've identified the unit we're originating from and the destination unit, let's consult our customary units of length conversion table to see which pair has inches and feet. Okay, we're going up and down. Alright, so let me just explain what this table means before we start. This table basically tells us that 12 inches is 1 feet, 3 feet is 1 yard, 36 inches is 1 yard, 1,760 yards is a mile, and then 5,280 feet is a mile. Okay, so that's how you read it. Up and down. So feet, inches and feet, you look at the first column. 12 inches is 1 feet. Okay, so let's write it down. 12 inches is equal to 1 feet. So with this equation right here, we can generate our set of conversion factors to carry out the conversion. Okay, so what are the conversion factors I'm talking about? The conversion factors are the numbers that you multiply the given number by, the number you multiply the given number by to carry out the desired conversion. Okay, so with this equation right here, we can either multiply, when we're dealing with inches to feet or feet to inches, 12 inches per feet or per foot. That'll carry out this particular conversion, or we can multiply by 1 foot per 12 inches. So one of these two will help us to achieve our desired conversion. Okay? So the question is, which one are we going to pick, the first one or the second one? So to do that, all you just have to do is write down your given value as a fraction with the units. So we're given 60 inches, right? So 60 inches. How do you write 60 inches as a fraction? Well, since it's a whole number, just put it over 1. Okay? The unit goes in the denominator since it doesn't have a fractional component. Alright, so we have 60 inches. Now, we want to convert this into feet by using one of these two conversion factors. So which one do we use? So something to just keep in mind, we're going to be multiplying by. You might have heard the saying, what goes up comes down. So whatever unit goes up right here, that's what comes down in the conversion factor. So you have inches here. So you put inches down here and you put feet up here. Okay? So inches per feet. How many inches per feet? So look at the two conversion factors. Which one has feet on top and inches on the bottom? This one right here, voila. This is a conversion factor that we're going to be using for this conversion. Okay? So you put 12 inches in the bottom and 1 feet on the top. Now the question will be, why do we put what goes up comes down on for the conversion factor? The reason is because we want to cancel out the given unit, namely inches, and we want to be left with feet. Okay, so when we set it up in this configuration, the inches cancel out, as we'll be doing momentarily, and you're left with feet. Okay, so check this out. Inches and inches, this divide out, cancel, cancel. You see that? And we're left just with feet. Now let's multiply across. 60 times 1, we have 60 times 1 feet. For the numerator, in the denominator, 1 times 12. All right, multiply further, we have 60 over 12. Okay, and the unit is just feet. What is 60 divided by 12? 60 divided by 12 is 5. All right, so that is equal to 5 feet. So there goes the answer. Let's write it down. Solution: 60 inches is equal to what? Is equal to 5 feet. Let's go ahead and box our answer. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Okay, so for question 2, it looks like we're doing the reverse. We're going from feet to inches now. All right, so for number 2, you have to convert 20 feet to inches. So in this particular case, we're going from feet to inches. Following exactly the same procedure as we did before, consult our conversion table for customary units of length. Which column has feet and inches? Same one as the first one. This one right here, bam. So 12 inches is equal to 1 feet or 1 foot. All right, so with this, we can generate a pair of conversion factors as we did in number 1. The conversion factors are the ones that can enable us to carry out conversions between feet and inches in whichever direction, okay? So with this equation, we can either multiply by 12 inches per foot, or you can multiply by 1 foot per 12 inches. So just depending on what you're given and what you desire, that's what determines which factor you select. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. We are given, what are we given? 20 feet, okay? So we're gonna write this as a fraction, 20 feet over 1. All right, and determine which factor we're gonna use to carry out the conversion, okay? So what goes up in the given number to convert comes down in the conversion factor. So feet is up, that comes down here. Feet on the bottom, inches on top. So which of these two factors are we going to use? The one that has inches on top and feet on the bottom. This one right here. Bam. Okay. So we're going to multiply by 12 inches per 1 foot. Like that. In order to know that you did it correct, the units should cross cancel and you should be left with the desired units, which is inches. So check this out. Feet, cancel, cancel. Beautiful. We're left with just inches. Multiply across. We have 20 times 12 inches over 1 times 1. If you simplify that, you're going to have 240 inches. 240 inches. Okay, so let's write down our final statement. 20 feet is equal to 240 inches. There goes the answer to question number 2. 2 more problems to go, and then we'll give you some practice problems. Alrighty, so let's move on to question number 3. Now that we've seen 2 examples, we're going to go a little bit faster with these 2 problems. Okay, so for number 3, we're going to convert 7.5 feet to yards. So you look at your table, which one has feet and yards in it. Let's see, feet and yard. There you go, right here, the second column. That's the one that we're going to use. 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So in this particular problem, our solution, we are going from converting from feet to yards. And then based on our selection, the equation that will help us generate our conversion factors is 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. So with that, we can generate a pair of conversion factors to achieve conversion between feet and yards in any direction that we desire. Okay, so we can either multiply by 3 feet per 1 yard, or we can multiply by 1 yard per 3 feet. So depending on what the problem is. In this particular problem, we're given 7.5 feet. So we have to write this as a fraction. Okay, this is a mixed number. That's not going to work. We're going to convert this into a fraction, an improper fraction. So we have a component on the top and a component on the bottom. All right. So to do that, we're just simply going to multiply the denominator by the whole number and then add it to the remainder, right? And that divided by the denominator of the fraction. So 7 times 2, okay, plus 1 will give us the numerator of the improper fraction divided by 2. What we're doing here is we're converting, okay? So convert to improper fraction. Mixed numbers don't work well, okay? Okay, so convert to improper fraction. Let's do it. So the conversion, 7 times 2 is 14 plus 1 is 15. So it's going to be 15. The unit is in the numerator over 2. 15 over 2 feet. Now, what conversion factor are we going to use? Remember, what goes up comes down. So we have feet up here. So that's what comes down in the conversion factor, feet per yard. Which one are we going to use? We're going to use the one that has feet in the bottom and yard on top. This one right here. Bam. So multiply by that. You're going to have 1 yard per 3 feet. Okay? So check this out. We're going to have some cancellation action happening. Feet and feet cancel out. Perfect. Multiply across, we'll have 15 times 1 divided by 2 times 3. And we have yards as the units that's left because the feet got canceled out. When we simplify that, we're going to have 15 times 1 is just 15. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. 15 over 6 yards. See if we can reduce this fraction. Do they have any common factors? The greatest common factor between 15 and 6 is 3. Just divide both of them by that, by the GCF, to get our answer in its reduced form. So the answer is 5 over 2 yards. This is our answer in improper fraction. Now let's look at what the answer looks like in mixed numbers. So we're going to convert this improper fraction to mixed numbers. Going to use long division, okay? All right, long division. The top dog goes in the doghouse. So that goes the doghouse right there. Bam. 2 divided by 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract 1. So the conversion of 5 over 2 into mixed numbers is 2 whole number and the remainder over the divisor. Bam. Like that. Okay? So let's go ahead and write down our final statement. So these are answers in 2 formats. 7.5 feet. That was the original question. 7.5 feet is equal to 5 over 2 yards as a as an improper fraction, or 2.5 yards as a mixed number. Bam, there goes the answer to question number 3. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at one more example, and then we'll give you some practice problems to do. Number 4, convert 15 miles to feet. Okay, so let's take a look at that one. Converting 15 miles to feet. So we're going from miles to feet in this example. Let's see, look at our conversion table right here. Which column relates miles and feet? Oh, this one right here. Bam. So we can see from there that 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. We can use this to generate 2 conversion factors, and based on the problem, we can determine which factor will achieve our conversion. Okay, so based on this equation, we can either multiply by 5,280 feet per mile, or its reciprocal, 1 mile per 5,280 feet. Okay, so which one are we going to use? Well, it depends on what we're given. We are given 15 miles. We're going to write this as a fraction, so we know what's up and what's down. Okay, so which one are we going to use? Remember the rule, what goes up comes down. So you have miles up here, so that comes down here. We're looking at miles per feet. Which of these conversion factors has feet on top and miles on the bottom? This guy right here. Bam. That is what we're looking at. So the conversion factor, 5,280 feet per mile, is what will achieve our conversion of 50 miles to feet. All right, so how do you know where everything is looking well? Well, let's see what cancellation happens and what's left. Notice the miles are gone and we're left with feet. That's exactly what the problem wants us to find. It wants us to change miles to feet, 50 miles to feet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply across horizontally 15 times. So we're going to have 15 times 5,280 over 1 times 1. The remaining unit here is just feet. Okay, so let's carry out the multiplication. 5,280, we're multiplying a 4-digit number by a 2-digit number. The assumption here is you do not have a calculator, so we're going to do this by hand. Have an opportunity to review our multiplication of multiple digits. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 8 is 40, 0 carry 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4, 14, 4 carry 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1, 26. Okay, now we're moving to the tens place, so we're going to put a 0 right here, start with the 1. 1 is multiplicated by identity, so we multiply 1 by this whole number, you're just going to have the same thing, okay? So 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 8, 8, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 5, 5. Bam! Alright, so multiply, and then we're going to add downwards to generate our final answer. 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0. 4 plus 8, 12, 2, carry 1. 7 plus 2, 9. 2 plus 5, 7. Okay. 79,200. So let's write down our final answer. 15 miles is equal to 79,200 feet. Okay, there goes the answer to question number 4. Now it's your turn to do some practice problems. Alright, so here are 4 practice problems that we would like you to try out. Alrighty, so here are 4 practice problems we'd like you to try out. Go ahead and pause the video presentation at this time and try out these 4 practice problems. When you're done, hit on the playback button and we're going to reveal what the correct answers are. Alright, just a quick second. Let's make a real quick change to question 1. For question 1, we're going to have 30 feet as opposed to 20 feet. Okay? Alright, let's do this. Alrighty, welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to try out these 4 practice problems. Here are the answers. Go ahead and check your work. How well did you do? Let us know in the comment section how well you did. If you got all these problems correct or did well, go ahead and destroy that like button for us. If you have any questions, specify it in the comment section below. We'll be more than glad to assist you. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this presentation. Don't forget to help support our channel. Tons of support resources can be found on mathgotserved.com. Do check it out. Thanks again for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.